Hi friends, it's me Nikki here. I hope you all are doing great, and I'm here today to share with you my Christmas brunch tablescape along with some DIYs. We're altering our kind of Christmas holiday this year, and we're going to be missing out spending some time with some special people. So I thought it'd be a great idea to do a Christmas brunch just to celebrate prior to Christmas. So it's only going to be 4 of us, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I want to take you on my journey of setting up. So let's get started.
Okay, so let's start with my centerpiece. Now, I don't want to do anything too fancy with this, and I'm just simply going to add some cranberries inside of the vase, and I think that this will just add a festive look. So simple to do. Although my flowers are artificial due to you guys know how I do with flowers, I may on the day get some real flowers and replace them, not quite sure yet, but if not, this will be fine. And the fresh cranberries kind of add a more natural feel to the arrangement, and that's my centerpiece. Okay, so I wanted to do a little DIY for my tablescape. When I was in the Smoky Mountains over Thanksgiving, I went to the Apple Barn Winery and I got this apple raspberry wine. So delicious. It's really great for our brunch because it's kind of late afternoon, so it's the perfect time for that and to have with our teas and things like that. And so when I was in Michael's, they have this great Christmas section with the celebrated items where they have all these little things that you can craft great little Christmas items with. And I love this little rustic round sign here. I thought it was so cute, but I wanted to think outside of the box what I could do with this. And I thought it would be perfect to have as a little kind of stand for my wine here, but I did want to jazz it up a bit. I wasn't crazy about the center part here. I love that I wanted the edges to have the rustic look, but in the center I wanted to do something different. So I got this little $1 spot bag here that's in the plaid, which is so popular this holiday season. So I thought I'm going to cut it up. Only $1, so it's not bad. And I'm going to Mod Podge it in the center with this plaid Mod Podge. And I don't know if you all are familiar with this. If you're not a crafter, Mod Podge is just a great product to use when you're trying to do any type of crafting. You can use it on so many different things. The formula is actually very safe for furniture. It's dishwasher safe. You can use it outdoors, on your paper, on your fabric, anything. And so I really love it. It also, you can get it in kind of matte, or you can get it in glossy, different finishes here. I have the ultra matte chalk finish that I'm going to be using today. Very water based. So you definitely can get a lot out of this. And just for my non-crafters, if you have never used it, definitely go use it and check it out. You can get it in Michael's all day long. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to adhere this fabric in the center of this. So let's get started. Okay, for this project, all I'm going to need is simply my scissors. I'm going to need a little foam brush, and you can get these in Michael's all day long. And I'm also going to have my matte finish Mod Podge here and my bag. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, because this is really a sign, but I'm not going to use it as a sign, I'm just going to cut my tag and my rope off there because I'm not going to use that. And then what I want to do is I want to actually take the bag and cut it into little pieces and arrange it in here so that I can see how I want it to look before I actually Mod Podge anything down. Okay, so I'm going to remove my pieces here. I have moved it onto a little board here just so, because there's a little hole here, but it'll be covered up, but in case something drips through, I don't want it to drip on my table. But the great thing about Mod Podge is that it's just so simple to use. So I'm just going to dip a little bit in there, and I'm going to put it all around the bottom on all of the area that I want to cover with my fabric. What I want to do is I want to kind of lay my pieces down like I had it on top there, and just kind of work it around. And again, this is random. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look kind of just rustic, whimsy, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just making sure to put it down, but I want it to cover the entire bottom of the base. So now that I have all of my fabric stuck down with the Mod Podge, I'm going to top it off with the Mod Podge, and that's going to finish it off. And again, it is going to dry clear, so I will be just fine. So I know it looks a little crazy now, but once it dries, it will be clear and it will be sealed. Okay, so now that I have all of my Mod Podge adhered, I'm going to let it dry. Now you can put multiple coats, so I don't know if I'm going to put a second coat, because in between coats you need to let it dry about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to let it sit dry. Again, it's going to dry clear, and I'm going to take a look at it and see if I need to put another coat on it or if I'm good to go. Because this is fabric and it's kind of a rustic look, I don't care to have it look, you know, totally polished. So I might be fine with one coat, but what the Mod Podge is going to do is going to seal the top off and make it great for use. So let me let it set and move on. Okay, so you know this is supposed to be an out-of-the-box kind of tablescape, and I meant literally out of the box. And so I did not want to do my typical sit out the charger plate, sit out the plate, and that kind of thing. I wanted this to be fun, very festive. And so I thought, why not put our brunch kind of have the setup tablescape out of these boxes. And they had them in Michael's. They ran, I think, on sale around $2 each, very affordable. Along with, I want the box to be kind of a gift also, so that even though it's their table setting, they can take the box with them as a gift in the things that are in it, you know, the majority of the things that are in it there. And I love that it had this plaid color, because this is very festive for the season. And so I'm going to put each one of these at each one of the place settings, and even mine, just to have a uniformed look. So I picked up these adorable little wood cutout signs in Michael's. It says Happy Holidays, and then I got one that says Tis the Season, and I fell in love with these. And they're actually already white on the top, but if you needed yours to be a different color, you can definitely paint these a different color, and they would be perfect for so many different things. You can just simply get your plaid folk art paint here. It's a multi-surface paint, and you can paint it gray, you can paint it red. They have so many different colors, but you can definitely, you know, jazz it up however you want. You can put multiple colors there, all that you want. And I'm actually going to be using the gray paint here in a different part of my tablescape. I'm going to leave these white, because what I wanted to do is I thought that it would really add a lot to just kind of hot glue this to the front of the box. I thought that it would bring a festive look and just be cute for the holidays, but I'm going to leave it in the state that it is, and I'm going to hot glue it on the front of each box. Okay, so I picked up these dishcloths, and they were really inexpensive. They were like, I want to say $3 for the set, $3 or $4 at Tuesday morning. And I wanted to use these as the actual napkins. And they came in the set of the stripe here and the red. So I'm going to alternate, which will make each place setting look a little different, which I love. And I love the fact that it has a nice contrast with the plaid, but it still is fun and festive, and it can go together. So I'm going to put these in the box to kind of fill it in as their dinner napkin, or should I say luncheon napkin. So a few years ago, my mother-in-law gave me this beautiful red vintage dishware set, and it has a lot of pieces that she actually gave me, the plates, the saucer, pitcher, all kinds of things. I keep it packed away with my Christmas items, but I love bringing this set out during the holidays, and I'm going to use it with my Tablescape because I think the red will keep with my whole red theme and really be a lot of fun. Plus, it's extra special because it's from my mother-in-law. So I'm going to put these inside the box as their place settings. Okay, so I love mixing and matching my dinnerware. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my serviceful one pieces here for our teacups. I'm going to set 4 out, 1 for each person. It has the carafe here to put their hot water in for their tea so they can have multiple cups at one time. And their teacup just sits on top. But how I'm going to bring it together with the plate setting here is with my mother-in-law. She also gave me the whole set, so it had the saucer plates in there also. So I'm going to actually use these as my saucer for my kind of tea set here, and it'll bring everything together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set out 1 tea bag, and the reason only 1 is because I have my coffee bar and they can go choose the type of tea they want. I just want to have kind of a complimentary one sitting out as they get here, but again, they can go choose any tea from the tea bar, coffee bar that they would like. Okay, so I'm going to add a wine glass to the box because they need something to drink their yummy apple raspberry wine out of, and I put a little burlap ribbon on it. I've had these glasses for some years now. I want to say I got them from World Market right when we moved back stateside, and I love that they had the little red touch in there. I thought it would kind of bring a lot to the Tablescape. Okay, so I love giving ornaments as gifts, whether it's when people are coming as guests or I'm sending invitations. And when I was in Michael's Arts and Crafts, I found these for 80 cents. Amazing deal. They're that white porcelain, beautiful. They had like the snowflake and they had the stockings. They had so many different themes, and it, you know, came with the little red ribbon here. But what I want to do is I want to customize it and hang it on each box for our special brunch, because I want to put their name and I want to put 2015 Christmas breakfast brunch, whatever I can fit on there, but I want to make it special to this Christmas brunch so they always have something to remember it by. And I'm going to use that folk art paint, that multi-surface paint from Plaid. I think it's going to be perfect to write on here, and again, I can use that type of paint on this porcelain and it'll do just fine. And the gray is great because the gray is going to bring in that subtle gray in the box, but then you can actually see the words on the kind of ornament here, so I'm happy about that. Okay, so now I'm going to paint my their name on here and the Christmas brunch. I think I can fit it all on here. I'm going to try to. I don't have the best handwriting, but that's the fun in this because this is special and it's supposed to kind of be handmade. And it may look a little crazy, but that's okay. This is just something I'm doing special for them. Now I am going to use this brush, which you can get this at Michael's. It's the Plaid brand, and the one I'm using is the 25140 round, and I just think that this is probably going to be the best one for what I'm doing. And so I'm just going to freehand it, and again I'm going to use this folk art. It's 2964 silver sterling, so it has that little metallic look to it, paint, and see how it goes. Okay, so here's my ornament. It's whimsy. I decided when I was getting into it that I was going to just put their initial, and then on the back I'm going to take a Sharpie and write a special message to them. But I love that this is kind of whimsy because they know that I made it and it's cute. But I think that this is something great that kids could do if you're having a brunch with the grandparents coming over. Have your kids kind of make their own ornaments to put on the brunch boxes and things like that. That can always be fun and a great way to incorporate your kids into your home entertaining. So I'm going to hang these over the boxes once they dry and I'll be good to go. So So I also wanted to add to the box a little special gift from me, and I wanted it to be customized to that person. So I found this cookbook. It's called Church Suppers, and so one of the people attending, they love cookbooks. They read them like they're actually novels, and so I'm going to put this in her box. Another loves, she's doing so many renovations and things with her home, so I thought a nice little red journal would be nice for her to jot down all of her to-do list and things like that. So I'm actually going to, I found this one, I think it was a couple bucks in Tuesday morning, and so I'm going to put this in her. So I kind of wanted, everyone's gift to be personalized to them. Okay, so the only other thing that's going to go inside of their box here is I'm going to make some fresh cranberry muffins the day of, and I want to put it in there, but I want to package it so that if they want to take them with them, they can do it, or they can eat them while they're at the table. And I'm also going to make some biscotti for them to take with them. I'm hoping to make some biscotti. I don't know if I can squeeze that in, but if I can, I'll also put that in the box. So basically it's just going to be some baked goods that they can take with them, or they can eat at our brunch. Okay, now for my serving pieces. This is a bowl that I've had for a long time. I think I got it from Home Goods, and I just wrapped a little red ribbon around it, just kind of wild and crazy, not anything that I don't want it to be too neat. But this is what I'm going to put my sausage rolls in, and I'm actually going to be making these. I'm going to use one of my dear friend Lisa's recipes. She's actually one of my British friends, so I'm going to give it a try. I used to love eating these when I lived in the UK, so I'm going to do the sausage rolls because I think it'll be something fun and something that they may not have tasted before. So we don't really eat those a lot here in the US, at least not here where I'm from, but I am going to give it a try. I may try to record that recipe also, and then I can show you the finished tablescape at the same time, along with I plan on doing a video to show you how I make the cranberry muffin. So I thought this was just a fun, whimsical way to serve the sausage rolls there. Okay, so I'm going to be serving my shrimp and grits also. I think it's great for brunches, and I'm going to serve it in this bowl here. I shared this in my fall haul. I got it from Home Goods. I also have my shrimp and grits recipe already up on my channel. I did it a while back. I'll try to link that below, along with my fall haul, shopping haul, in case you want to see that video also, to see the entire set that I got here. But it's the perfect size. It will fit the perfect amount of grits for 4. Okay, so I found these cute little red Tart Pans in Michael's Arts and Crafts also. They were $5.99 for a set of 2, but I want to say these were also on sale 50% off, so a set of 2 for $3 you can't beat. I'm going to make a quiche in here, which is a great brunch food, and our brunch is going to be kind of early afternoon, probably around 1-2-ish, so I think it's still appropriate time to eat these types of meals, and I think it'd still be fun. So I'm going to sit one of these by each one of their boxes, but then I'll bake the quiche and then sit it out, as they arrive. And because the quiche pans were such a great deal, they were basically $3 for a set of 2. I got them each their own set, and I'm going to put this in the box also. That way, if on Christmas morning they want to make their own, quiche for, their spouse, or for, their little tablescape, they have them here. I just thought they were so adorable, and I had to give them a set also. Of course, we cannot forget my project that I did in the beginning of this video. I love how it turned out. It's so rustic. It fits the wine bottle there. It gives that apple barn kind of feel, and it was so easy to do using that plaid Mod Podge. If you have not tried that before, try it, because it's great to work with, and you can do it with kid projects also. It's non-toxic, so it's great with kids, and also with the paint, the folk art paints from Plaid. They're very kid friendly and very forgiving, so they're great crafting paints and things to use. And I'll put a link in the description box below if you're interested in shopping online. Now, the thing about it is I also found a festive wine bottle holder in Michael's that I'm going to be using the day of, so I love that also. But I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I'll definitely be using this from year to year. Now, if you do anything using the Mod Podge or the paint or any type of DIYs, I want to see them. Please tag me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do so. I would love to have you. All of it's linked below, along with my Facebook. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I love sharing with you and getting to know you. And also, I'm going to be doing a follow-up video when I actually do the recipes, and I'll show you kind of the day of the tablescape, how it looks with the food and everything. So I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you all are doing great. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.